Yuval Noah Harari's Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind has become a cultural phenomenon since its publication. With a masterful narrative that seamlessly blends history, anthropology, biology, and philosophy, Harari takes readers on an enlightening journey through the human species' existence, from the dawn of Homo sapiens around 200,000 years ago to the present day. His exploration of the past, which interrogates how humans have shaped, and been shaped by, the environment, technology, and culture, is thought-provoking and eye-opening. In this video, we will dive into Harari's central ideas and discuss the pivotal points that define humanity's evolutionary trajectory. We'll explore his treatment of the cognitive revolution, agricultural revolution, unification of humankind, and the scientific revolution. Along the way, we'll reflect on the implications of Harari's analysis of human history and the future he foresees for our species. Harari opens his book with a striking question: why did Homo sapiens, out of several human species, rise to dominate the planet? He attributes this success to what he calls the cognitive revolution, which began approximately 70,000 years ago. This shift marks the beginning of our ability to think and communicate in complex ways, setting us apart from other species. Prior to this revolution, humans existed like any other animal in the food chain. We were not the strongest or fastest, nor were we equipped with extraordinary senses like some predators. However, something unprecedented happened. We developed advanced communication, language, and imagination. Harari theorizes that the key to human dominance is our capacity to create and believe in shared fictions, such as myths, religion, nations, and money. These shared fictions enable large-scale cooperation among groups of people who don't know one another personally. It's not our individual cognitive abilities that set us apart, but our collective ability to cooperate in massive groups that far exceeds the capabilities of other species. For example, while a group of chimpanzees may number no more than 50 members, Homo sapiens can collaborate in societies of millions, thanks to shared beliefs. Take money, for instance. It's not inherently valuable, just paper or numbers in a digital ledger, but humans have collectively agreed on its worth, allowing for complex economic systems. This ability to construct and perpetuate shared myths has become the foundation of civilizations. Harari's insight here is both exhilarating and sobering. It forces us to recognize how our reality is constructed and how human history, culture, and progress rely heavily on our belief in things that do not physically exist. Yet, it also underscores the importance of cooperation and collective imagination in our species' success. The next significant transformation in human history, according to Harari, was the agricultural revolution, which began around 12,000 years ago. This revolution shifted humans from being nomadic foragers, who hunted and gathered their food, to sedentary farmers who cultivated crops and domesticated animals. Harari argues that while this development allowed for food surpluses and the growth of complex societies, it also had profound negative effects on individuals. The agricultural revolution, in Harari's view, was a trap. While it increased the population and led to the rise of cities, governments, and eventually empires, it did not improve the lives of individuals, at least not immediately. Before agriculture, foragers had varied diets and relatively short working hours compared to the back-breaking labor required in farming. Farmers had to work longer and harder under more difficult conditions, with less nutritional variety. The change also brought about social stratification. As food surpluses grew, a divide developed between the haves and have-nots. Hierarchical structures began to take root, with kings, priests, and elites controlling the surplus, while peasants and slaves toiled in the fields. Moreover, Harari points out that agriculture tied humans to specific plots of land, giving rise to concepts of ownership and territory that have led to conflict and warfare throughout history. Thus, while agriculture enabled civilization, it also paved the way for inequality, exploitation, and violence. Harari's reinterpretation of the agricultural revolution forces us to rethink the conventional narrative of human progress. He highlights that what may seem like progress on a civilizational scale often comes at a high cost for individuals. The move to agriculture, while crucial for the development of societies and technology, also marked the beginning of significant human suffering, inequality, and environmental degradation. One of Harari's most intriguing chapters deals with what he calls the unification of humankind. Although humans are competitive by nature, Harari points out that history shows a trend toward unification rather than division. This process has occurred through the rise of empires, world religions, and economic systems like capitalism, which have connected people across vast regions. Empires played a crucial role in uniting diverse peoples under one political system. Although often brutal, they facilitated the exchange of ideas, goods, and technologies across different cultures. The Roman, Chinese, and Ottoman empires, for instance, helped shape the modern world by fostering trade and cultural exchange. Harari also discusses the unifying force of religion. Unlike tribal religions that worshipped local gods, universal religions, such as Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism, spread across continents, uniting people with vastly different cultural backgrounds under shared sets of beliefs. Harari explains that these religions offered not only spiritual guidance but also moral and ethical codes that helped regulate the behavior of large groups of people, creating social cohesion. In the modern era, Harari notes that capitalism has become one of the most powerful unifying forces. Today, global trade networks bind humanity together more closely than ever before. Corporations, stock markets, and international banking systems operate on the same economic principles from New York to Shanghai. Whether we like it or not, we are living in a globalized world where our lives are interconnected in ways unimaginable just a few centuries ago. Yet, Harari raises important questions. Is this unity truly beneficial? Are we sacrificing cultural diversity and personal freedoms for the sake of economic growth and technological advancement? He cautions that the forces uniting us, whether through empires, religions, or capitalism, often come with significant downsides, including oppression, inequality, and environmental destruction. Harari identifies the scientific revolution, which began around 500 years ago, as the most transformative period in human history. Unlike previous revolutions, which were gradual and localized, the scientific revolution fundamentally changed the way humans understand the world and their place in it. It marked the beginning of an era where science and empirical knowledge, rather than myth or tradition, became the driving force behind human progress. One of Harari's central arguments is that the scientific revolution and the accompanying industrial revolution have given humans unprecedented power to manipulate the environment and control their own destiny. Science has allowed us to cure diseases, increase food production, and dramatically improve living standards for millions of people. Technological innovations, like the printing press, steam engine, and computer, have accelerated the pace of change and made global communication and collaboration possible on a scale never before seen. However, Harari is not without his warnings. He points out that while the scientific revolution has brought immense benefits, it has also unleashed powerful and often uncontrollable forces. The industrialization of agriculture, for example, has led to massive environmental degradation and climate change. Nuclear weapons, developed through scientific advances, have the potential to destroy humanity. Harari challenges us to think critically about how we use the power that science has given us. Are we using it responsibly? Or are we, as he suggests, heading toward our own destruction? He speculates about the future of humanity, noting the growing role of artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and biotechnology in shaping our future. These technologies, Harari argues, may eventually allow humans to transcend biology itself and become Homo Deus, gods in our own right, capable of engineering life and creating new forms of intelligence. As we move into the future, Harari presents a sobering yet fascinating vision. Having conquered many of nature's challenges, humanity is now turning inward, attempting to control and modify its own biology. We are on the cusp of potentially transforming ourselves into a new species entirely. Harari warns that developments in biotechnology and artificial intelligence could radically alter what it means to be human. We are entering a new phase in human history where Homo sapiens may no longer be the most intelligent or dominant species. Advances in AI could create superintelligent machines that outthink us in every domain, while genetic engineering might enable us to design babies with specific traits. Moreover, Harari emphasizes the potential ethical and philosophical dilemmas these technologies will raise. Will genetic modifications and AI create a new form of inequality, with superhumans ruling over those who cannot afford enhancements? Will humans lose control over the technologies they have created? Harari urges us to grapple with these questions now, as the consequences of these developments may be irreversible. Yuval Noah Harari's Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind is not just a recounting of historical events, it's a profound meditation on what it means to be human and the forces that have shaped, and continue to shape, our world. By tracing our journey from foragers to gods in the making, Harari compels us to reflect on our past and to contemplate our future. In this book, Harari weaves together threads from anthropology, biology, sociology, and economics to offer a holistic view of human history. His central idea, that humans are defined not by their individual abilities, but by the collective. As we close this journey through Sapiens, one thing becomes clear: the story of humanity is far from over. We began as just another species on the savannah, and now, through shared myths, revolutions, and relentless innovation, we stand at the edge of shaping our own evolution. But as we reach for the power of gods, the question lingers: are we ready for the consequences? The next chapter of our story is unwritten, and as we step into an uncertain future, it's up to us to decide whether it will be one of creation or destruction. The choice is ours, but the stakes have never been higher.